Hi, you guys. Back from Disney. It was so fun. All right. So let's talk about this crazy stuff that happened while I was gone. I mean, are you serious right now? Erika Jayne went on Watch What Happens Live and said that menopause was the reason she lost her weight because she's gotten really thin after being really fat during all of her legal woes. That was just shade. I don't think she was that fat. I mean, are you serious? First of all, Erika, it just doesn't cause weight loss ever for anyone. It causes weight gain. I can't even believe she said it. I mean, could she be of a dumbass, or is she just like a pot stir, or is it that she's just can't stop committing fraud? Like, what is the deal here? I don't understand. But needless to say, the Bravo audience was really upset. Why are you putting such a false statement out there, you crazy lady, and making women feel bad that are going through menopause like something's wrong with them because they're not losing weight? We all know she's on semaglutide or Ozempic or one of them. Give me a break. She thinks we're like the dumbest people. What is wrong? It just annoys me. And then this happened. Speaking of fraud and Erika Girardi, she just brought this opposition. She's basically saying that the trustee rushed to agree to the creditor's request for money, both secured and non-secured, and in doing that didn't do the proper due diligence on how much money they had actually been paid versus what they were demanding. And what's more astonishing is she chooses to call out Rigomez as the one that she really wants to say defrauded the bankruptcy court. And in fact, she's going as far as saying that she has contacted the Justice Department about this fraud and they are going to be looped into her attorney's investigation. She named a few other creditors that she believed did fraud on the bankruptcy court, and she's asking the trustee to not pay any more money to anyone or liquidate any more assets until this is figured out. Interesting. Her story is completely opposite to what the Rigomez's have actually claimed happened. So somebody's lying, and it would be shocking if it's the guy who was on Housewife and The Hustler. It would be shocking to me, right? Now, I'm sure that they were aggressive in trying to get their debt recognized because they wanted to be first in line to receive payment, and rightfully so. The guy lost his girlfriend. She was killed in the PG&E explosion, and most of his body was burnt. So I'd say, you know, he has a right to want his money that Girardi was supposed to give him. Anyway, she's saying that essentially the guy's been paid and he's lying about it. I'm obviously oversimplifying it. Now, what I really think is going on here is Erika is privy from her relationship with Tom Girardi of who and what was actually happening with these people. A lot more than she's let on. And she's using this insider information to kind of figure out who might have pulled a scam or not, and how. And she's using that to kind of, you know, put the heat on those particular people. Okay? But she's going to pretend like she doesn't know anything. But how she's behaving in this motion, based on my knowledge base, says she's acting on some intel that she got based on things Tom Girardi probably shared with her, as well as other family members on that side of the family. I know a shakedown when I see one. You guys remember this article from July 15, 2023 that freaked all of us out that are on semaglutide, aka a generic version of Ozempic. Terry went on and on about Lisa Marie Presly and what killed her based on the autopsy report. And he focuses on in this video a whole section about how you have to be so careful when you're on Ozempic, that it's been causing pancreatitis and all these horrific things, and you should be so careful, and pretty much was saying don't take it for weight loss, okay? And I, like many women, panicked. I covered it on my podcast. I covered it in my videos on my YouTube channel. I mentioned it like to many a folk. Okay, because I was like, listen, you need to be worried because Terry Dubrow is saying be so careful and all these bad things are happening a lot. And he had the whole semaglutide, aka Ozempic community freaking out. Remember when he said, I have 2 patients right now in the ICU because of Ozempic? All right. And this is what he said. This is a summary from the New York Post. He's now urging experts in the weight loss community to raise awareness of the dangers of weight loss treatments such as Ozempic and bariatric surgery. In an exclusive interview with TMZ, he warned it could result in deadly situations. But then just 2 weeks after that, on August 2nd, this comes out as an Us Weekly exclusive. Dr. Terry Dubrow calls Ozempic better than Botox and other cosmetic medical procedures. Now, given it's definitely better than the Lisa Rinna look. Don't I look just like her? I look like somebody else, too. I don't want to be mean, though. But you know the girl who was telling people to die that was, like, really famous on Insta? Kind of look like her. I know. That's my Lisa Rinna imitation. She just dances, so. Now, look at this. It says, for as controversial as Ozempic has become as a weight loss method, Botch Stars Dr. Terry Dubrow and Paul Nassif opened up about its positive effects exclusively with Us Weekly. What? Okay, so basically, it's Us Weekly saying it's controversial, not Dr. Terry Dubrow or Paul Nassif. And then now Terry Dubrow and Paul Nassif are going to tell Us Weekly how it's as safe as Botox. This makes me completely question Terry Dubrow and Heather Dubrow, for that matter, on the honesty of what they're saying in the press. They're only saying things for the purposes of getting press and not actually about communicating real concerns or real suggestions. And that makes me sick because Dr. Nassif, who I used to know, was a sweetheart and would never use the media in that way when it came to his medical work. So like how he got sucked into this bullshit where Terry is saying one thing one minute and another, I don't know. But I'm telling you right now, get Paul Nassif away from Dr. Terry Dubrow because this is totally delegitimizing Dr. Nassif, who I love, and he knows I love him. But there's more. Terry Dubrow says this. I kid you not. These Ozempic-type drugs aren't the new Botox. They're better. They're Botox, liposuction, breast augmentation, facelifts. Dubrow, 64, told us on Tuesday, August 1st, while chatting about the new season of Botched. Put it all together and you've got a drug that's not only making people look better and feel better, it's treating the #1 risk factor for heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. So this is an incredibly powerful, positive thing that is truly the most significant, I think, medical breakthrough in history. Now, there can only be a few reasons for this big change. 1, Dr. Nassif and Dubrow have decided to offer a semaglutide program through their practices, and now it's the holy grail because they're going to make a lot of money on it. 1. 2, Ozempic or someone complained to NBC or Bravo or Evolution or whomever and said, listen, we're advertising on your network. What the hell did Terry Dubrow drag us for regarding Lisa Marie Presly's death? And Terry had to do a backpedal big time and enrolled Dr. Nassif to help him because they're friends. 3rd, they're just trying to get press. I doubt that one. I think it's actually more sinister. Or suddenly Ozempic approached NBC, et cetera, and wanted to advertise. So they were like, Terry, you've got to like say something now to fix this. All right. But there is something happening here. And I cannot believe Dr. Nassif has been dragged into it because he usually is really, really not a sellout. I mean, he does love fame, but he's not a sellout. And I love him. And I really don't want to see him tarnishing his image by doing something this cheesy. Like 1 minute saying one thing and scaring everybody in a community and the next, like turning it around like it never happened when you're a doctor within 2 weeks, not like something broke and he changed his mind. Upsetting. The fact that did you know 25,000 from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is more earnest about my advice to people than Terry Dubrow is really sad. Okay? He needs to take a long look in the mirror and really remember what the hell he's doing. And it isn't all about money, okay? A lot of people believe in him because of Botched. I'm really upset about this. Maybe both of the men found out that their wives were on semaglutide and they were afraid of being called out over it. That's another thing. Like, it might have been leaked to the press and then they'd look like hypocrites. But anyway, Nassif went on to say this. Like most medications, Ozempic comes with its fair share of side effects, according to Nassif, which range from sweating and migraines, back spasms, and more. He went on to tell us that the diabetes drug might not work for everyone before everyone knew anything about the weight loss, even though that was one of the things that says it will do. I couldn't handle it, Nassif explained. I took some, maybe a small amount, and I was throwing up all the time. I don't know why Nassif was trying to take semaglutide unless he was trying to get into shape. Anyway, just to say it to you guys, I used to have terrible migraines. My migraines went away when I went on semaglutide. And I heard that happened for another woman too. So I don't know. This medicine definitely affects everybody in different ways. Some woman that I talked to on my DM said she developed an immunity to it. And she's in the smallest percentile of people that actually developed the antibodies to fight the medicine, so it didn't work. This is probably the most insult to injury, okay? He wrote, as celebrities continue to speak out about their Ozempic experience, good and bad, Dubrow said, people need to, quote, stop immediately the Ozempic shaming, adding, we're learning as the patients are learning what the side effects really are. This guy just 2 weeks ago was basically telling us like we're probably going to die if we're on it. I'm not even exaggerating. I mean, ask anybody on here. My channel has a lot of people on Ozempic or semaglutide because they know I'm on it and we're all like sharing information. But I cannot believe the audacity of this guy. Like, he doesn't even say, like, what changed his mind, which is, I'll tell you what changed his mind. I don't think it's a stretch to guess it's something to do with this. I can't stand when people sell out. I haven't sold out ever, you guys, which is why I'm poor. Well, on that note, it's going to take a while for Dubrow to get back credibility with me anyway. I had given him a lot of credibility before this moment, but now that's out the window. Bye-bye. All right, you guys. Oh my gosh, you guys, I almost forgot to tell you the best, juiciest Dishing Drama Dana podcast episode is coming out Sunday, and I'm going to let about 30 minutes of the hour and a half out free if you want to listen to it on all listening platforms. It's all gossip. It's super juicy. We talk about a feud happening in Real Housewives of Beverly Hills land between two cast members. We talk about Kyle Richards' docuseries on Morgan Wade. We talk about Erika Jayne Girardi's secret ties to Vegas, which go deep. And then we do a Vanderpump upcoming season, all-encompassing spoiler dump. I mean, what else are you going to do on Sunday? It's awesome. You should really sign up for the Patreon and pay the $6 and listen to the whole thing. Just saying. It's so good. Really.